afternoon, it's Val in Vancouver here. Thanks for tuning into my channel. I'm going to try something that could turn out to be a complete disaster today, but that's okay. This is part for me. Art is therapy for me, and I like trying new things and experimenting, and just if it doesn't turn out, it's only some paint and I can always paint over a canvas. So I'm kind of going to do a layered figure eight, I guess I would call it. So I'm trying to use up some colors in bottles that I've already prepped a while ago, just because I want the bottles for getting some paint prepped for my next blob painting. So I need the bottles because I don't want to order any more right now because I have a fair number of bottles. So what I'm going to do is start using up some of those colors. So the first layer I'll be doing in this cup, and the second layer in this cup. And yes, you can see that it's been used before, but it's well dried. It's not going to affect the paint at all. Same with this one. You can see some of the black specks still, but it's okay. So what I'm going to use for the bottom layer, the first layer, is some darker earthy colors. So I've got red ochre, and all of these ones have been pre-mixed with the pouring medium of Elmer's glue 60%, glue all 60% to water at 40%, and then mixed 1-to-1 with the paint. So I'm just going to layer these paints in this cup. So red ochre, and then we're going to use some deep yellow, which I don't have a lot of left in this bottle, but hopefully there's enough to add some color to it. I've had the bottles that are low, I've had them sitting upside down for quite a while so that they will drain to the tip. This next color is called bronze yellow. It's kind of a dark, sort of mustardy, almost like a, what they call it, brown mustard sort of color. So I'm not going to put too much of that in. And then this other one is leaf green, so a nice darker green color. Definitely not much of that ready or left. So we'll do some more. I might end up having to put some black or white in here also, just to help fill up, because like I said, some of these colors don't have a lot in them. But we'll see. See what happens. Hope everyone's still doing well, still staying safe. Got word from one of my bosses, actually the boss's wife yesterday, that the boss was in our office. I work at an optometry clinic, planning along with the other doctors, I assume, as to how we will reopen once we get the word that we can reopen. Haven't heard anything from our provincial government yet, but I know they're talking about making plans. So hopefully, I'm hoping maybe by the end of May we might be able to reopen again in some capacity, but who knows. I'll just wait and see, trying not to dwell on it. So there's definitely not much of this green left here. I'm probably injecting a bit of air. Alright, so I'm going to put a bit more of the yellow because I like it. Because the other colors, it's going to be a weird combination, because the other colors, as you'll see, that I'm going to use are very pretty bright spring pastelish colors. So this could have turned out to be a muddy mess, but hopefully not. Okay, that should be enough color for this. I'm just going to do a flip cup. So, oops, didn't realize I dribbled that paint down the outside there. So there we go. Let that sit for a minute to release. And then we'll do that. So I'm just going to move these paints out of the way while that's draining, just to have less chance of knocking anything over. Okay, let's give this, and release it slowly. There we go. Now these paints might be a little bit thick because they have been in the bottles for a while, but it's okay. So that looks kind of pretty, very natural colors and stuff. I don't expect to get any cells out of this because I didn't put any silicone in it, and I didn't use Floetrol. I just used glue all and water for my pouring medium. So I am going to take some white. I went pretty low on white. But I'm going to take some white and pour that around so that we can get this paint to go as far as we need it to. I did get my supplies that I ordered from Michael's a few days ago. Got them pretty timely, actually. So, yeah, I do have more white, but I haven't mixed it up with Floetrol or any other pouring medium yet. So, just going to spread this around a little bit. I hope if you are someone who does painting or any kind of art, that you're doing lots of it, trying new things maybe, keeping yourself creative and engaged, keep your mind busy and happy. It's definitely helping me. I don't know what I would be doing if I didn't have this art. I'm sure I would be going way more stir crazy than I have been. I've been pretty okay most days, but yep, definitely some days are harder than others. As I'm sure we're all finding that, whether you live alone like I do, or whether you're with family or somebody that you live with. It's all challenging. It's all affecting all of us. So I hope that you're being kind to everyone you meet in your situations, everyone you may be with in your situation. Okay, one more second there. Okay, let's go ahead and do some tilting. Trying to bring my camera down to a lower level lately so that you guys can see things a little bit more close up as I'm doing them. So hopefully you're getting a good view here. Okay, I'm just going to turn this around. So you can see where it's going. And I'm one of those people who likes negative space, so I don't necessarily have an issue if we get some negative space on this canvas, but I think we're going to be able to cover it okay. I can certainly take some of the runoff and tap any corners that might be showing up. See, now I'm wondering, I think that I do have mentioned this in several previous videos, that the Artist Loft Ready to Mix White, I only seem to have the problem with the white, doesn't seem to play well with other concoctions. So the paint I'm using, the colors, like I said, is mixed with the glue all and water mixture, and as you can see already in the picture, it seems to be separating, and I get this effect quite often when I use the Artist Loft White with any other concoction, which sometimes is fine and I like the effect I get, but I'm not liking it today. But that's alright. We'll just deal with it. So I'm just wiping the edges here so that I can make sure everything's well covered. Normally I leave that for last, but I did it just now. Okay, so I'm just going to move this up a little bit out of the way for a minute. Bring over this other cup. Give me 1 second. And we'll start layering the other colors. Again, most of these bottles do not have a lot of paint in them, so I might layer some white in there just to help fill up the cup. I'm going to actually put a bit of white in the bottom. So this white one, as you can hear, is almost empty. Okay, so we've got, again, these are all Artist Loft colors, so we've got light violet, and then we've got, this one doesn't want to stand up now, light magenta, and then orange, so obviously not much orange left. Oops, doesn't want to stand up. Oh, it's okay. And then we've got the I always forget how to pronounce this. Quinacridone magenta. Let's go with that. So again, not too much of any of these colors left, but like I said, I wanted to use them up. I don't like to waste paint. And we'll just see what I create. Like I said, it could end up being a muddy mess, and then I would have wasted the paint, but I'm hoping I can get something nice out of it. See if I can get any more orange out of it. Here we go. So I'm going to have to remember for the future, especially if there's a project I'm doing where I want a specific result and I want to be able to kind of guarantee it as much as possible. It's hard to do that, of course, with paint pouring because you never 100% know what you're going to get. But yeah, I don't want this to happen on most things. I don't mind today, but normally I wouldn't want that to happen. This lid is stuck on. There we go. Don't want that to fall in. Okay, definitely not much coming out of there. Alright, let's see if I can get this light magenta lid off. Okay, hopefully this is enough to make a difference on top of this. Obviously I can't flip cup this, so I am just going to bring this forward again so you can see all of it. And I'm just going to pour this on. I don't have a lot of color, but we'll see what happens. I was going to do a figure eight. That's what I was going to do, and I never did I? Well, let's do a figure eight on top of this. So I don't have a lot of paint in here, but we'll see what happens. See, I'm even getting that reaction from the white that came out of the cup. All right, there we go. Let's do some tilting. See what happens. Just going to put my hand over the corner because I don't actually want to lose too much of this. I don't have a lot of this paint on the canvas. Sorry, you can't really see that. Okay, we'll go with this other corner. And then bring it back a bit. Okay, I'll turn it around. It's actually looking pretty good. I'm actually quite happy with it so far. I'll go down to this corner. So I don't have as much paint now of the second set of colors, so it's not going to spread as far, but that's okay. I want some of the undercolors to come through. Oh, darn, I got some on my sleeve. Didn't want that to happen. But it'll wash out, I hope. Okay, let's go down to the last corner. See how far we can get it to go. It's actually looking pretty cool. Better than I thought it might. Thought I might end up with a muddy mess, but this is actually Pretty cool. All right, there we go. So, but see, this is pulling off again. This is happening again. This is now what, because I'm liking this, I don't want this to happen, but I don't know if I can stop it. Let's see if I can pour some more of it off there. Just if I can get rid of that, then maybe it'll stop doing that reaction. Okay, there we go. It's happening still a little bit, but not as much. Lost a bit on this corner here, so I'm just dabbing a bit on. My gloves are an absolute mess. See if I can pick some of this up without getting the mucky color. Let's cover that up there. Okay, I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to take off my gloves and wash my hands and clean up a bit, and then we will be right back and we'll show you a close-up. Okay, so, alright, so we're back. Did a little bit of cleanup just to get it out of your way. You don't need to look at that. And then just also giving, excuse me, the painting a moment or two to sit and see what else might develop. I did add a little bit of the leftover from the cup up into that corner because it was looking a little bit muddy, just to give it some brightness and make it not look so muddy. But other than that, I didn't do anything else with the painting while I was cleaning up there. So let's move in for a close-up. Overall, I actually really like it. Not too much of the undercolor came through, which was good because I wasn't wanting that so much, but I like the amounts that did come through. So let's move on down here. So we'll look down here at the lower left corner. So like I like where, you know, little bits of the undercolors came through. Like here, this is actually quite pretty. We'll move across here to the lower right corner. Really like what's happening here, how it's kind of blended and kind of looks all, you know, faded. So it's like the purple faded into the white there, which I really like. You know, like this kind of looks like sort of like little gold nuggets or something like that. So we'll move up here to this side. I'm loving this rainbow, these little stripes going all the way up most of this side. I really like those a lot. And this is the upper right corner. And I like this very much cloud effect here. Very pretty. And then if you stand back a little bit, then you see this big, this big purple loop through here. I really like that. That's pretty. And then we'll move over to that, excuse me, upper left corner. So you can see where I just added some squiggles, and that'll settle a bit and blend a bit more as it dries and the paint settles and moves a little bit more. And I really like this here. This is gorgeous. So yeah, overall I'm very actually happy and surprised with how well this came out. It was just a chance I thought I'd take, and I wish I'd remembered to do the bottom half in the figure 8, but it's okay. It all turned out well, and I'm actually very happy with it. So I hope you like it, and I hope if you haven't already subscribed to my channel that you'll hit that subscribe button down there at the bottom, and remember to hit the little notification bell so that you can be notified when I post another video. I do post on Sundays and then usually Wednesday or Thursday depending on my schedule and the day. Right now 2 a week. I could do more right now being, you know, on this quarantine, but I need to be able to maintain whatever I'm doing when I go back to work. So right now, twice a week is manageable for me. In time, I may increase. I don't know. But right now, this is working for me. So I hope you will tune in and keep watching my videos. Certainly leave, you know, kind comments in the box if you'd like down below. And we'll talk to you all soon. Have a great day.